All
I think
right.
we have a plan.
Yeah, I think we have a
We
plan.
got 3 turns to do it.
We got 8. It's turn 8. We got 3 turns. We basically have to clear 1 PC and secure 2 cards from where we are now. Sorry, clear 2 cards. And
We got to
secure
get
2
2
cards.
PC markers off and secure 2 cards.
Yep. First, let's see if HQ wants something. They do not.
And a shorty.
That's good. This will be the reshuffle, though. All right, so now
Yes, of
we're
course.
seeing how many the CO gets. He's +2.
He's sitting at 4 already.
And we are not heavily engaged currently, right? We are probably just at, like, engaged.
We're engaged. Got there and we got there.
I mean, it doesn't really matter right now, but
Does not matter for current purpose.
He gets 4.
So he's up to 8.
Okay. Well, he's going to activate the 3 HQs, right?
He should absolutely do that.
And then does he want to move anywhere? He doesn't want to move to that card because we're going to trigger this. I mean, the only place we could move him is here so that.
I don't dislike that because especially if second is going to move up here next turn.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. So I think maybe let's just shift him over to the rice paddy. I mean, the one downside of being in the rice paddy is if something triggers here, it can see all the way through. But I think we can handle that.
Yeah, but it'll
be firing on this card to start with.
If it's a heavy machine gun, they don't even have a heavy machine gun, do they?
Right.
They don't. Yeah, they don't have something that will do. Was it grazing fire?
Right.
So, but they don't have a weapon. The
Viet
Cong does. I think the North Vietnamese army, which we're about to face after this mission, does.
All right. So I think that's it, and then he'll save 4.
So he used 3 of his 8.
No, he used 4 because he activated
4 of his
3.
8. Sorry,
3 subordinates, and yeah.
I was about to say. So he's down to 4 commands again.
All right. So now it's first platoon, who is not undercover, but is a vet.
He's sitting at 2 right now.
Well, now he's up to 7 because he's
7.
a vet. That's
He
good.
can spend
That's good
6.
because this is the card we wanted. So
1 is to flip that guy, right?
flip that guy to an assault team, and then push that guy here to heavily engage.
He should infiltrate.
That is a good point. So he's drawing 2?
2.
No go.
So that's 2 commands.
We should push one guy to here.
The line unit. 2-1 has a radio, right? Yeah.
Does 3-1? 3-1 doesn't. Does 1-1 have a radio?
1-1 has a radio. 2-1 has a radio. I'm thinking though you want to leave.
I think we want to leave
maybe
1-1.
1-1. Push 2-1 up here.
We could push
him down here.
To push him down there, or we could push him to there. But I like pushing him here more, to be honest with you.
Push him here and have second platoon move one of these guys, or even detach one.
Yeah. All right. So second platoon is going to go to, or a 2-1 is going to go to here, correct?
That's number 3.
And he's
exposed.
Because there's no, and then he'll tell 3-1 to go to here, which will expose him.
He's exposed, so that's 4 total, right?
Yep. And then should he himself duck under that cover? Just in case something pops on this card?
Yes.
And then
it makes him worse, right?
Oh, it does. It makes him worse this turn, but you're right. If something pops, I mean, we could
move him down here too.
Yeah, I think maybe.
No, that's not smart because something can pop over that way. I think you either move him here.
I think we move him here because I don't want to lose him because he's a vet, you know?
So both of those are exposed.
Yeah, let's just move him there.
So that's
5
moves, and I think 2, that's it, right?
3, 4.
I mean, he could look for cover here.
How many's he
Tell
got
this
left?
guy to look
How
for
many's he got
cover.
left?
He would have one. He's got 2 left. He can spend 1 more. He had 7.
Let's look for cover. Let's look for cover. This guy has does 3-1 have a radio?
3-1 does not.
So that's the only problem with looking for. You could tell like this
Yep.
is that's the problem with looking for cover is that 3-1 doesn't have a radio. I think we should just leave
Let's
it.
just skip it.
Yeah.
All right, so he's saving 2.
Okay.
Second platoon.
Second platoon. So second platoon is here.
He is -1.
Oh, geez. He gets 2. That's not too bad.
So he's up to 6. He's not doing much.
No, he should take this one of these vets, I guess, and create an assault team.
Either that or it's push that unit up.
You know, just push that unit up. Keep it simple.
Yeah. I don't know why.
It's
I mean, it's risking a step, but at the same time, we don't have to reconstitute to
Yeah, exactly.
come back. Otherwise, the risk of them coming back green.
So that's 1.
That's 1. He doesn't want to move here. He may just save them.
Does 2-2 and 1-2 have radios? I think they do.
They both do.
So what I'm wondering is if
Push one.
if he looked for actually that's not a bad idea is to push one here so that we can create some crossfire.
That's what I'm thinking is have one of them just be right there.
The other thing I was thinking is have him get cover because then he'll get +1 to his commands next turn.
Yep, I like that. So
He'll only be drawn 2, but give it a shot.
well, you could also have this weapons team look for cover and then him move under it.
Which would take him down to 3.
What does he have? He moves 1 there,
1 there.
2, right? Is all he's used.
Yeah, that
would be
let's have
3, and that'd be he'd have 3 still. He had 6.
He has 4.
He'd have
now.
2 left.
That's fine. Let's do it.
All right.
So
So
the
he's
weapons
pulling
team-
4.
Weapons team is pulling 4. Okay,
Phew.
he got it.
So they're both going to be under there
both
now.
gonna be under
We're
cover.
spending 2.
Yeah.
And he's down to 2, and he's just going to save them, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. First sergeant?
First sergeant. So he doesn't want to have the artillery FO do anything here. And
Nope.
we didn't.
I don't think he wants to have the artillery FO do
Wait,
anything.
did we want to move a guy in here?
We did, I thought.
We forgot to do that.
Yes. Sniper? He doesn't have a radio, so we couldn't tell him to do that.
1-1.
1-1 used all of his commands, didn't he? Yeah.
No, the first platoon did. Yeah.
Or the first platoon. So first sergeant can call 1-1
And tell him to go.
and tell him to move up to that.
He's the only one who can get there. I mean, the other thing we could do, actually, if we wanted to, is send this guy. Instead of sending him back, we could send him forward. We could just switch that. Which
I think that's what we
actually
should
think
do.
that's what we should do. But he's going to infiltrate, so we're going to draw 2 for infiltrate up here.
Yeah, do we still want to move this guy here? I'm not sure we do. Do we want to cease fire here?
We're going to need to cease fire there. So
Now,
let's
granted, the first sergeant has the ability to call 1-1 and tell him to.
then let's do that. So let's just start by drawing for infiltrate for this guy.
Yep.
Because I think the reason 1, 2, so he doesn't make it. I think, do we want to send him into the deep bunker?
I don't know why we wouldn't.
At least,
Just in case something shows up.
yeah. I think the reason for moving first platoon off remains. So then
Yeah,
I think,
just so he doesn't-
so let's see how many the first sergeant gets. He's undercover, so he's got +2.
Yep.
So he gets 5.
So he's at 10.
And one of them will be telling this guy to cease fire.
Calls a ceasefire.
So this all comes off.
And he can save the rest of them.
And then let's save the rest of them because we don't want to have the artillery FO do anything. And I don't think anybody else needs to do anything on this card.
I agree.
You know, I'm thinking, can we, in future missions, can we give a radio to like the 60mm mortar team?
I believe so, yes.
That is probably a good unit to give the radio to.
Yeah, because you are allowed to call in indirect mortar fire.
And then, you know, second.
And by the way, it doesn't have to be like, let's even pretend that was not visible.
Yeah, it doesn't have to have line of sight.
This guy could be called to call in here.
Well, not there because that's a zigzag pattern.
No,
or is it okay?
No, that's what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be diagonal with calling indirect.
As long as we got somebody who can see it. I actually think you're right. We'll check it before we do it. But I'm just thinking we should tuck away that this would be a good guy because he's so hard to get into play if he's got to stay next to an HQ.
Yep. And it is in the rule. I got the rule book up on it right now.
So you can't.
They show a picture of it doing exactly that.
So we just need to confirm that he can get a radio, but I don't see why he couldn't. All right. I think now we're just doing general, right?
General. Yeah.
So this, okay, I was gonna say this would be a good thing because we could do we could search for cover there, search for cover here, search for cover here.
I don't know if we want to do much else.
Well, I was thinking maybe this guy should grenade because this guy's pinned. This guy can grenade, right?
He can, and now would be the time to do it because he won't get grenaded back.
Now, can he use a skill from anybody?
This guy is actually all pinned.
Or is he like not considered part of one of these platoons?
Yeah, he's all pinned now.
Yeah.
Because I think they see each other point blank.
Right.
Even though there's incoming.
So can he use a skill? Is he attached to anybody like where he could use a skill?
I don't believe lats are attached to. They're not part of.
Yeah, that's my.
Maybe. But he could auto grenade to one. Which
1-1 has an auto grenade, or first platoon.
1-1 could actually have, even though we don't get the experience, he could have that guy auto grenade that.
That's what we should do.
So you're going to use that skill?
Yeah, let's use that skill to auto grenade.
That's one.
And then
this should definitely look for cover.
But we should use our auto cover. That's a first platoon guy.
First platoon.
So that should use our auto. Oh, you know what? We had an auto infiltrate. Jesus, we should have used that. So that guy should auto find cover. So we got to draw on a 5. It's
now roll cover. Or draw for it. It's like a 5 is.
Nah, he drew.
1 is a strong building.
He found a strong building. We got a 1.
All right, so that's like 7, I think.
Oh, that's
helpful.
That was awesome. And then this is second platoon. Does second platoon have an auto cover?
Well, we've used our 2 initiatives.
Wait, we had 4.
No, that was the top card.
Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry, man. I forgot. You're right.
We could use I don't know if we want to look for cover by using one of the auto or the +1. I mean, we do lose these if we don't use them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why we shouldn't use it.
It's actually the first sergeant.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Let's spend
it.
Do we want to just have this guy search for cover? Just
this guy or this guy? Which one do you think is more useful? Probably this guy because he's a squad.
I think this guy. He's just a lat team, and there's a +1 draw here if we need it in the second platoon.
Okay. So we're going to draw 3 and see if we find cover.
Yep.
1, 2, we got it anyway.
He did.
We found critical.
All right, well, that
cover.
was good.
Yeah. So this guy.
And we're down to 3. We have an auto infiltrate, an auto grenade, and an auto draw.
Or a +1 draw.
Or a +1 draw still, yeah.
Well, it's not bad. The grenade and the infiltrate is stupid. We should have used the infiltrate this turn. That was
well, who could have used it? That guy.
That guy could have used it, yeah. All right. That's it for us, I think.
Hope it doesn't bite us.
Yeah, well, it'll teach us. We need to be... it's funny, I had a thought, but then I thought, no, I don't remember buying an auto infiltrate. Should have checked.
All right. Do
All
they
right.
have an HQ event?
They haven't. Don't. Please don't. They don't.
Okay.
So they have only one unit on the board.
One,
or 2 units on
two.
the board. It's going to be 1, which is the paralyzed.
Well, and he's paralyzed.
Oh, does he get captured? No. No.
He will get captured.
This comes first, though. What does he do? Enemy.
There is no paralyzed
team not on opposing.
On a. He just sits there. He's paralyzed.
Yeah, because nothing else fits him.
Yep. Thank you.
All right.
So now that guy. So he is
pinned undercover on the same card. Pinned
right here.
Sorry, it's right there. So he's drawn a 1 through a 5. 2, which is no action, I'm pretty sure.
I think that was good because I was really. I didn't want him falling back.
No, me neither. I mean, he would have.
I didn't want him rallying. I didn't want him.
He would have fallen back to here, but that still wouldn't have been.
No, he would have fallen back off the board and disappeared.
Yeah. All right.
That's their first priority.
Oh, right. We didn't want that because then we wouldn't be heavily engaged.
And we wouldn't be heavily engaged.
Actually, are we going to be heavily engaged? Because we're only going to have VOF on 1 card.
No, we're not.
Damn it. All our careful
Didn't think through that, did we?
We forgot about the
Shouldn't have gone up here.
Well,
although he was gonna.
Actually, technically, there is VOF here though right now, isn't there? Because he's firing at this guy.
Yeah, but he's gonna be captured, so he's gonna be gone.
After that, it'll stop.
It doesn't stop, but it's.
Well,
it says occupied cards are under VOF.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. So my point is we should put VOF here now, right? Because he is actually technically firing at that guy.
Well, we shouldn't have put him under the bunker if we wanted that.
True. Okay, so let's take the risk and leave him exposed then.
The really interesting question is, does this count as... I think it does. We're still firing, so we think we're heavily engaged.
As long as there isn't a moment where we change VOF.
There is not for us.
Yeah, so I think that'll, and it is going to be where there's going to be a VOF on an occupied card.
I mean, it says VOF on an occupied card. That is VOF on an occupied card. It's our own VOF, but it's...
Yeah. We're gaming the system a little bit here, but that's okay. I feel I'm okay with it. All right.
So, capture.
So
paralyzed unit on a card with an unpinned infantry unit with the VOF rating.
So we captured another unit. We're never going to be able to get this casualty.
There is no retreat.
Nope. Update fire missions.
There's AT movement if we wanted to move, but I don't think we want to move him.
No, I think we should leave him where he is.
Fire mission update, that disappears.
He's been absolutely useless, that dude.
Yeah. So potential contact evaluation. So starting with the A.
Starting with the A. So drawn 3. We got contact.
Didn't matter.
6. Package 6. All our careful min-maxing.
A strong point. Squad and an RPG in a trench.
And a squad and an MG with 6 ammo in a bunker. They place a
squad RPG team.
They place an VOF, but they are not spotted.
He has a grenade. He's in a trench. Unspotted, and the other one is a
squad
and a machine gun
MG team with 6 ammo in a bunker. So the problem is
we had this earlier.
Yeah, the problem is we're not going to be able to just exit this card to make the bunker go away.
Nope.
I mean, probably the best thing is if like the bunker turned up here, we could go into the bunker card.
All right. So step 1 is where. Now,
all right, so and we're doing it for the trench first, right?
Trench first.
8.
left front. So here.
Yep. And it is max, yeah. So we got no hill.
So that's that.
So that's small arms fire.
Those are small arms. Yep. Then I have a crossfire.
Yep. All right. So
where's
now,
the next one?
2.
Front. So
All right. That's good. That didn't end up there. That's actually
yep,
really
that's I agree. No hills. So he's in the mangrove swamp.
good. Yeah. I'm glad we found that strong building.
I feel like some white phosphor. So now it's an automatic. That's one. Now we're definitely heavily engaged, by the way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Even without our silliness.
So now we have this B contact.
We're only drawing 2 for that, right?
2.
All right. Nothing. That's good because that one's just right in the middle of everything.
Yep.
So
we know what we
basically,
got to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get some artillery onto this guy or this guy,
Yep.
I mean, that's going to be. But
Well,
we can also just survive in here, right? So we may just need to
Exactly.
move some guys up. We got that.
I mean,
Hey,
right now
hey,
these cards are secured.
Aren't you glad we got an auto infiltrate now?
Mm-hmm.
I wish we had an auto spot. Okay. Because none of these guys are spotted. That's
We do have an auto grenade, but an auto spot would be great.
all right. We do have a +1 draw too, so we can use that. I'm thinking maybe we could auto infiltrate the sniper in there. That would probably be a good thing. If we can spot,
Yep.
it would be probably be a good.
And recovery, there is none.
Nope.
So it's on to the combat effects.
So nothing really to do
Nothing there.
So he is +1, right?
Let's see. -4 +5. Yep.
Be nice to get a good draw here. That ain't it.
That's a bad draw.
Casualty and paralyzed. Oof.
Did not expect that in the.
Well, we had to. It was always a possibility. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
we're just gonna have to kind of.
Guess we're gonna have to try to auto infiltrate somebody up there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to feed. Well, I think just generally speaking, we're gonna have to keep feeding guys into this meat grinder.
Into the meat grinder. Yep.
Till the end of the game. We got to try to get some spotting done.
Well, let's try to get these guys spotted.
Well, and then we got this. So
And we got that. So he is sitting at a -4 +5, right?
Jeez, +1. That guy is hard to hit.
So +1.
He's actually +6. Oh no, yeah, because he's pinned.
Nope. Oh yeah, +6 and then -4, so +2. Hit.
Veteran.
Veteran. So
Paralyzed.
1 step paralyzed. Well,
It's a start.
slowly.
It certainly would have been better to turn 2 of them into.
Yep, I would have preferred that. He remains pinned. They're both under the tree. We are +3,
+3.
right?
Yep, +3. Miss.
That's it.
PDF doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist. Well, Probably did. And the first sergeant should have done a ceasefire. Because this guy would have been firing on there before we moved on to the card.
True. You want to subtract one from the first sergeant to have him
I just
fire?
did, yeah.
Okay.
I just did.
Yeah. Because that's true. He was firing in here before this guy moved in. All right.
He would have been firing here like he was. This guy, in theory, was firing there too, but we ceased fired.
Yes, we did a ceasefire here.
First sergeant called that in.
Yeah. All right. I mean, this he probably should have just.
Oh, you know what? The first sergeant.
He should have just fired off his thing.
Or well, the first sergeant had to go over here to tell him to cease fire, right?
But he could have actually given back his thing, and he'll just fire off this red star cluster to cease fire.
He doesn't get anything back.
Well,
he still spends the.
Yeah, but you took one more away because we did it. He
didn't need to do the other. He didn't need to do both.
He didn't need to do it twice. He only needed to do it once.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Think of all these things after the fact.
Oh, but
okay. I think
we could also just ignore that there was fire, and that would be wronger.
Yeah, fair. I'm with you. All right, clean up.
Clean up. Turn 9.
All right.
FAC departs.